into another stream, another show, Final Possession. I am your man Zoo. Above me is my man Josh, and the very top is our boy Darius. We at it again, fellas. Um, what's going on? How we feeling?
It was an eventful week. You know, Los Angeles Chargers, we back in the win column. I know some people hate to see it, but it is what it is. You
I
feel
don't,
me?
I don't think anybody hates to see it, Phil. I really don't.
Nah, there's some people hate to see it. I ain't,
Okay,
oh, we ain't here for them. We ain't here for them.
okay. We'll touch them. We'll touch it, I guess. Let's go ahead. Let's roll it how we roll it, man. Right? Like college football this week. I think actually is a pretty good week of college football. Personally, looking at it, I did some diving on some things. I guess then want to get the elephant out the room. I think it's the elephant. Bryce Young, the whole shoulder situation, right?
Uh,
Uh,
they saying
and
it's similar to Quinn Ewell's situation. It shouldn't be too bad. They don't think it's season ending, but I mean, we'll
right,
see.
It
We'll
could
see
be
what.
season ending for them, my boy.
Nah, for real.
right. Like I said, like you literally because now you playing Texas A&M. They just coming off a loss. They got to bounce back, right?
And I'm
They
glad
got
they set up, right?
it based off of last year, right? The storylines is, you know what I mean? Huh?
This is one of those games, Wilma. This is for y'all. This is one of them games. It don't matter how bad Texas
Mhm.
A&M is or could be.
Right.
That best foot forward is coming this weekend, right? So I won't be surprised if you see Max Johnson out there like Doug Flutie. You know what I mean?
Doug
With that
Flutie fan,
being
you could
said,
have made any other QB up fan. You picked Doug
I,
Flutie.
I try to think. Was it Doug Flutie left handed?
I mean, yeah.
No, I thought
Doug
he
Yeah.
was
Flutie
right
did. You
handed.
think? No, he
Oh,
left-handed. He left-handed. You're right. He left-handed.
I thought that man was right handed.
I watched him beat Miami. I seen it.
but with that being said, they got Vegas got Texas A&M
Mm.
plus 24 and a half. I ain't telling you what to do. But if I was a betting man, no Bryce Young, no playmakers on the perimeter, Jamari Gibbs being the best player in Alabama right now,
AK Junior.
He liked that.
I don't think they would run crazy on Texas A&M. When you beat Texas A&M as Mississippi State did, you're gonna beat them throwing the ball. You're not gonna beat them running the ball.
Yeah.
If I was y'all, if I was a betting man, Texas A&M plus 24 and a half seems like a lock to me. That's just me. I don't know what to expect, but I don't expect a lot. I expect a slow slugfish game. I can see the game somewhere but being under 43 points.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to guess the score, it'd be like 20-14, Alabama.
Slow. They still got Bama going though. Slow roll.
Yeah.
Look, I just
I'm-
think, I agree with Darius. You probably just ain't gonna run it. Well, we'll have to see. Offense might change. That backup quarterback is extremely explosive, fam.
Hey, dog.
They said
Bro,
like,
he like he explosive, fam. But I mean, you just got to see, like, you know what I'm saying. You got to see what's up, Wills. You got to see what he gonna look like, and also the dictate who dictates the line of scrimmage,
right. That's gonna be
and what Max Johnson gonna do versus Alabama defense, because Nick Saban is definitely taking away H-in. You can cancel that.
I think it's safe to say going into this game for both teams, the question mark is their quarterback.
Yep.
Can
Yeah.
can this young guy who hadn't played in the last 2 years probably make the plays in the passing game, as well as Max Johnson? Can he make the plays in the passing game? Because we talk about Alabama, Texas A&M just not gonna let you run on them. Neither is Alabama. I don't expect a big game from Devon A-Chain either. And a Nine Smith not playing, this could be a game for Edwards.
He out for the year, fam.
He done.
Yeah, a Nine Smith, he done. This could be a big game for the true freshman Edwards. Or we finally see that tight end come for Texas A&M and make, because they struggle. Kool-Aid McKinstry has been struggling
Yeah.
in the secondary. Jordan Battle, Brian Branch, all those guys, man. Brian Branch, he probably been waiting on this game because he's the one who got beat for the game when the touchdown last year. Or game time touchdown rather. So this game could be a lot to unpack come Saturday.
Hey, Wills. Yeah, this man got a Callaway County shirt on, man. And Louis said roll tide. Hey, Louis, what you think the final score gonna be? Give me your prediction.
And the thing is, I like looking at the freshmen that played. like if you think about how go back to when Saban had Blake Sims, what he had him doing, kind of protecting him that way, using that athleticism to his advantage. Granted, he had Amari Cooper at the time, but just that type of stuff, the way the game's played now.
Man, it ain't no Amari Cooper on their team at all.
It's not. I mean, it's gonna be him and Gibbs. Him and Gibbs got to rock it up.
But Gibbs is like that. I give you that credit.
Nice. He'll be a second pick in 2020.
So we all 28-14, Louis.
I think we all taking Bama though.
I think we all taking Bama.
For sure.
Take the Bama to win the game. But if you talk about betting, you're gonna take plus 24.5. I don't see them winning by 25 points. I just don't see that happening.
So what y'all think about Georgia surviving this past week? Is that 5-star playing for them? Missouri?
Talking about the
receiver?
Yeah, he played.
Yeah, he played.
And they made a quarterback change. I don't. Is Missouri good enough to beat Georgia? No. However,
they had a chance. They literally
should have won. They wasn't scoring.
They gave it away.
They were kicking off field goals.
That last drive,
right?
The last drive was the epitome of them losing the game.
I think what is coming. I think people are starting to figure out Georgia. I think they're starting to miss those playmakers now on defense, on offense.
I think it's leaning more towards offense though, but yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
The score, Brock Bowers don't look how he looked last year. I don't know because DeAndre Washington back and they trying to figure out how they gonna gel together. But their offense is looking slow. Their backfield is not nearly explosive without Zamir White and
it's like the same guy every time they put somebody in. It ain't nobody.
Right. It's not the same. And I think will Auburn beat them? I highly doubt it. But will Auburn lose by 29 points? Here we go, betting again. Right?
Yes, they will. Do not take that bet. Do not take that bet.
I don't know, bro. The way they look against us, I don't know if they're gonna beat them.
Bro, you gotta understand, bro. You gotta understand. They played LSU last weekend. And LSU didn't score until the end of the half. So LSU against Auburn. So unless y'all say LSU defense legit, Zero said guess who 4-1, and Louis said Georgia's good enough to beat Georgia. But I mean, I just don't see it.
See them losing by 30, bro.
That's all I'm saying.
Losing? Yes. Do I see them losing by 30? No, I don't think. What Georgia hadn't looked what they looked like versus Oregon since playing Oregon.
Yeah.
They struggled versus Kansas State. They escaped versus Missouri, who was also a 30-point underdog. And here is Auburn coming off. If it wasn't for LSU making a play on defense, that could have been the upset win, right?
I don't think they would have won that, but I think they would still got stopped. But it would have been a lot closer at the end. Where they play at? They play at Athens or Auburn?
I think it's at Auburn, right? I can double check. Don't worry about it. I believe it's at Auburn though.
Zero said, "Tell the guy in the top left screen to guess who's 4-1."
Mississippi State.
It's 4-1, isn't it?
Louis said he do think Georgia got something to prove. I think they got something to prove too. So it ain't out the realm for them to win by 30. That's what I'm saying. Let me say that.
Yeah, okay. I could agree with that. They can do very much of that.
But do I think it? That don't mean it's gonna happen.
No, it's at Georgia. My bad. It's at Georgia.
Yeah, ass whooping coming. Chat, ass whooping coming this week.
Yeah, you might put that up there.
We're gonna see. I don't know. Auburn looking better by the week. They're getting better by the week. They done made a quarterback change, so they getting better by the week. They coach. He coaching for his job right now. So we gonna see. I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting game. It's a lot of interesting.
Who coach? You talking about Auburn coach?
Yeah,
he been coaching for his job since he got there, man.
Can we address Will Levis folding as well while we're here?
Before we get there, can we stay on the interesting games?
Go ahead, please.
The most intriguing game in the SEC is coming up this weekend, and it's not Alabama Texas A&M.
I know who it is. I know who it is.
Hendon Hooker for Heisman.
Come on, talk about it. Hey, you changed it up, huh? Who was you yelling at for Heisman at first? Okay.
Who you was yelling for Heisman?
Jordan Travis. Man, shut that up. Man, look, while we speak.
I mean, to be honest, Bryce Young probably was gonna win it I thought he was gonna win it back to back. Let me not say he was gonna write off just win it.
Honestly, right now, if the season were to end today, the Heisman would be C.J. Stroud.
Yes.
I mean,
or Caleb. Those are definitely two. Caleb Williams.
It'll be he'll be discussed for sure.
But the most intriguing game coming up is Tennessee and LSU.
Yeah.
Can I really use some numbers? Can I just tell you a little something I looked into while I was looking at this game? Because I was saying UT to the SEC championship. Maybe not. So Mr. Hooker, you say for Heisman, has the number one passer rating in the SEC, 183, 72 completion percentage, about 1,193 pass yards, 8 TDs, 3 rushing touchdowns, 8 passing touchdowns. UT's got the number 2 passing defense in the country. Just so we know.
Passing defense in the country?
Passing offense in the country, I'm sorry. Number 2 passing offense.
I say, they got the worst defense in the country down there.
They got a top 25 run defense, though. And LSU can't do nothing but run. So, it is. And Jaden Daniels is a leading rusher for LSU.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. But
I'm just saying. I mean,
I think this is the game. This is what I'm going to say.
LSU's best receiver has 97 yards.
This is the best thing I will say. This is the game that whatever Brian Kelly was doing previously, he better find a way to get number 7 the ball.
Again,
I don't care how it is. I mean, I don't mean nothing. I mean,
it's not his fault. No, it's not his fault. I'm not saying it's his fault.
You act like Florida offense is just that explosive. And they put up 31 versus them. But hey,
you know what I'm saying? I know I'm agreeing with your point because the best receiver on their team has 97 yards.
But Anthony Richardson is a better passer than Jaden Daniels.
I definitely agree with that though.
Mm-hmm.
But I think LSU weapons are better than Florida, so
100%.
I agree with that.
100%. Let's
But
take
again,
it there, right? So game picks. It's obvious who me and Zulu got.
Yeah.
I mean, you want my game pick?
Yeah, I mean it's obvious who me and Zulu got.
Who y'all got?
Don't matter. Go Vols. GBO. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know John's gonna go Vols because Miami ain't doing that well. So
no, I'll address that. Don't worry about that.
We're not addressing that.
Don't worry about that.
I got. It's in between. I don't know yet. If it was a night game, I had LSU. It's an early morning game. I don't know how they gonna respond to that.
I do. I'm gonna take Henry Hooker.
We see.
That's just what it is.
We see.
And I like LSU. They got some players. BJ Ojolari.
They do.
Real good coming off the edge. He gonna be a first rounder. Jayshon Ward. He'll be a second rounder. Probably one of the top safeties in the country. Right. But when you talk about Heupel and that how he got that offense humming, how he got Henry Hooker doesn't look nothing like he looked in Virginia Tech.
This is the biggest thing. I'm gonna throw this out here. For everybody who don't think LSU defense is good, they very good. Yeah. Can Tennessee run the ball? If Tennessee can run the ball, then you're gonna figure out something.
They got a top
because then they can spread. Then they can spread them out, and they're gonna have the numbers advantage on the outside because they gotta stack everybody in the box. If they can't run the ball on that 5-man front, you cancel it. I don't think they'll win.
Yeah. I mean, you got to. It's the number 3 rushing defense, so you got to figure out what you're gonna do.
So I mean, Zero said the best defense in the SEC is LSU.
Also, that's not hard to beat.
That's not. Hard. What's not hard to beat? What's not hard? Huh?
The best defense in the SEC is not hard to beat. And I know explosive offense. This is the best offense. LSU got the best best chance at the best offense right now.
Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, hey.
I mean, to your point. This is if Brian Kelly got anything to make LSU come alive, this better be it.
No, if Brian Kelly got any brain sense, number 7 need to find a way to get the ball. That's any brain sense, bro.
But which one is it though? Is it like? I'm pretty sure they designing plays for Keyshawn Boutte. Is it that Jaden Daniels just not getting him the ball?
It could be that, but he need to make the emphasis of throwing him the. Bruh, it's no way you are not giving him screens. I don't even. You get what I mean? We don't care. Like you go downfield, I'm pretty sure he's getting double. Because Auburn, he was getting double all night. But these screen plays, just find a way to get on the ball. It's not hard.
Because he definitely is running 10+ yards more times than not. Where he can really just
Brad said they miss Mason Smith. Well, Zero said they miss Mason Smith.
That's a big hole in the middle of their front.
It is.
Yeah.
He was a monster versus Florida State.
Yeah, he was going crazy.
Stupid.
So
Interesting, man.
So the next thing, Clemson over NC State. How y'all feel about that one?
Yeah, you got excited, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought
You got excited, didn't you?
You give your take your over or under. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
No, I mean that happened just like, and I'm excited for him. It happened just like I thought it was gonna happen. Devin Leary, he struggled somewhat. He's not what the preseason hype said he was going to be.
It was, yeah.
DJ, however, is making these strides that he needs to make. He's starting to look like that player coming in with Bryce and CJ Stroud. He's starting to live up to that hype now. He's making the throws. He's making the reads. He's not hesitating anymore. He's more confident in running the ball. Like, all those things starting to take place. And subsequent, you're starting to see Clemson put up points. Now you're starting to see Shipley get involved. E.J. Williams and all these guys that got around him, they're starting to make plays for him. So I'm excited for Clemson. I think they got another tough battle this weekend.
Yeah.
And if they can keep stringing them together, they'll find themselves back in the college football playoff conversation. Right now, it's kind of hard to put them in over USC if you put both of the SEC schools in there. But I don't think both of them go in. But
nah,
I think they might have to. They're gonna consistently have to.
They might, but the way it's trending right now, it look like it's gonna be one, and you might get every Power 5 almost represented.
Zero said, "Talk about A&M real quick, Darius." Mediocre. Hey, I just want to throw this out there, chat. Darius texts me every week talking about it's okay, you mad that you be wrong. I just want you to let this be known, chat. I have been saying A&M is mediocre every season with Jimbo. That's all I'm gonna say. They lose to mediocre teams. I said it. That's it.
Mississippi mediocre team, they 4-1.
Just wait for it.
They 4-1.
Just wait for it.
Right now, you can't say
just wait for it.
Mediocre right now, they 4-1.
Just wait for it.
Yeah, I know y'all love this.
Just wait for it.
The top. Now, I'm not disagreeing that mediocre, but right now, you cannot say they mediocre. Probably 3 weeks from now, they probably will be
I said
mediocre.
just wait for it. I didn't say right now. I said they lose to mediocre teams.
But they do lose the mediocre teams, but they also beat the team that they don't supposed to beat.
Like who?
Right?
Like who?
Alabama.
No. Hey, I understand. Look, I like the confidence, fam.
Did they not beat them last year?
Last year, you talking about last year? I was talking about this season. They mediocre, but yeah.
Like you said, they've been mediocre under Jimbo. Yeah, they lose to the mediocre team. They also beat the team they don't supposed to beat.
Who they beat last year besides Alabama?
The team they don't supposed to beat.
That's one team. But look at the teams they lose to. They were supposed to beat. Ole Miss, they were supposed to beat them. Auburn, they were supposed to beat them. Mississippi State, they were supposed to beat them. You want me to keep going? LSU, they were supposed to beat them. I mean,
on what grounds are we saying the second string quarterback was supposed to beat all them teams?
All right,
on what grounds? He didn't even start the season, right?
Was he even a second string? I thought he was a third string.
You're right. He was the third string. So on what grounds are we saying the third string quarterback?
You hear all these excuses, Chad?
What excuse is that? Is that not true?
Hey.
That's like
he got recruited to go play in the SEC. He was on scholarship too.
He was still the third string quarterback. He's not getting first team reps.
So just like you trying to bring him down for beating those teams, don't try to praise him up for beating Alabama.
You're bringing him down for beating them teams.
No, I'm not. I'm bringing Jimbo down. I'm saying Jimbo teams be mediocre. No matter who you put at quarterback. Casey King, mediocre team. Max Johnson, it's going to be a mediocre team. Ain't nothing going to change. He going to be mediocre. Hayes King.
Tell half of the story. He lose, right? You're absolutely right. He lose the games he supposed to lose, but he also wins the game he supposed to win.
What is you saying games as plural? He has beat Alabama 1 year. Who else has he beat?
He won 6 games last year with a third string quarterback, right? Third string quarterback. He won 6 games.
Please tell me who they played and won the 6 games in. They lost to Arkansas too last year.
You said what?
They lost to Arkansas too last year.
Last year.
So who were the mediocre team? Vandy? I mean,
they wasn't supposed to be Arkansas this year, but they did. But they did, right? They wasn't supposed to be Miami, but they did. They weren't favored in none of these games that they won. So you don't tell. And you wait till they lose to Mississippi State. They wasn't favored in that game either, and they lost that one. But you want to talk about them when they beat the number 15 and the number 10.
Yes, I was. I said they beat Miami, and I said Miami wasn't good. Did I not say that? Then the next week, what happened? Point proven.
We talking about when Texas A&M played them. We don't know what happens after this.
Fam, I said Miami wasn't good when they played Southern Mississippi.
But they were
on here. Fam, come on.
At the time, Texas A&M played.
Fam, you trying to look? You trying to say what I'm saying? I said they wasn't good before they went play A&M. So it don't matter what you saying after that.
Media standards.
But you won't. Either way, whether side of the story y'all trying to tell you won't get your answer to your either one of y'all's points until the end of the season where they land. Like right now, they're decent, if nothing else. And then by the end of the year, we'll see how they go.
Well, if that's the case, then LSU is the top 2 team in the West.
I mean, they 4-1. They decent. We look at them and say they're not good, but they decent. They record shows that they decent. They survive.
They 4-1, so how you say
they survive
right now?
I said they're gonna get there. I said they lose a mediocre team. I said Wake Forest. They go get there.
So if Mississippi State finished 9-2, they gonna be mediocre.
They gonna prove me wrong, and I'm gonna say I'm wrong. But until then, they're mediocre still. And you're gonna see later on.
Hold the note. Hold the note then.
So we gonna move on to Ole Miss now beating UK. How y'all feel about that?
Like I said,
I knew Ole Miss was gonna beat them anyway. So
Will Levis is probably the most overrated player in college football.
Damn,
that man folded bad, so bad.
It's not his first week. He folded versus Florida. Florida just folded too.
Yeah, and Andy Richards gave him more than one chance to right his wrongs.
Yeah,
He's not great in clutch. He's not good in clutch moments.
Yeah.
He down there twice, and he fumbled both times.
He fumbled both? I didn't watch them both.
Both of them, yeah, 2 of them.
Yes, on the read option, he got hit and fumbled. Then he fumbled on the sack. Coming from the side, he's looking at it.
On his good side.
He's still.
And Jackson Dart didn't do nothing great. It wasn't like Jackson Dart when he slashed them up.
Jackson Dart did his job.
Yeah, he just managed.
It's just Will Levis was.
But whoever that number 2 is from UK, I'm gonna let you know something, fam. He out the gate.
Hey,
he out the gate, fam.
They better find a way to keep getting that man the ball.
He is out the gate, fam.
Let Wills tell it he from Paducah.
Wow. Yeah, bro. They had a tubby. They did have a touchdown, but offense wasn't set. Was it a legal motion or a shift, something like that?
He's so fast for no reason. Like, why are you trying to go fast?
He rushed it, yeah.
You want to go and try to milk as much time off the clock as you can, so you don't worry about your defense. But he snapped it so fast, like I don't understand what he's doing.
Nah, Wills, I got you still. So we're gonna move on to Oklahoma State versus Baylor. That win over Baylor.
Hey, Spencer Sanders still look like Spencer Sanders, but his defense, the Oklahoma State defense.
They got Derek Mason, done it?
On the defense?
Is he coordinator? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. But they was there. They was ready.
Mason is their coordinator.
Derek Mason?
Derek Mason? I did not know that.
I didn't know that. But yeah, like any opportunity they had to get the ball, they did. Now, granted, the one pick was off the dude's hand, so I don't put it on Sharp because Sharp, I think he still played look good to me personally.
Coach Randall living up to the expectation that I thought him and the Baylor Birds was gonna be doing. I didn't see them losing too. I didn't see them losing to BYU or this one. But I mean, here we are. I guess Oklahoma State. I don't know. I don't know. After watching TCU play, I don't know who's gonna win. I don't. Oklahoma
that conference is wide open right now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Kansas can out there and go and win. If Kansas win the conference, I'm gonna let you know we throwing them in that playoff.
That game gonna be crazy.
TCU and Kansas is gonna be insane.
Crazy.
Game day
Bro,
there.
did you know?
So Louis said, is it coaching or Levis? UK quarterback. That's how he said his name, right? Levis.
Levis. I think it's Levis. Because when it works, it works.
He was trolling on his own red zone and gave up 2 points for nothing. There's a lot of stuff that I seen. I was just like, bro, this man is trolling.
Like mentally, mentally checks out and then just forgets what he's doing again. I'm not like, how do you? All right.
You can't turn up, especially the second time. The first time you fumble, fine, right?
Yeah, Zero said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the second time, you cannot at worst take that sack at all.
Nothing.
Right, you got to know that clock. You got to know they coming, and it was the slowest pass rush known, man.
Outside, bro. The tackle did his job, bro. You got legs. Use your legs. Like, he stayed there. Look like this the whole time. Move, step up in the pocket, run, anything. Like, come on, fam. I don't want to hear that. Coach, get a pass, fam.
Hey, what y'all think about the new top 25? I think you got some teams in there that surprised a couple of people this season. You got some teams in there, like Syracuse is in there. Penn State still look okay. Hey, they can win the conference now.
College football as a whole is wide open. Like, no conference which being dominated.
Pac-12 ain't wide open, fam.
I mean, yeah, like you got the small,
you know the deal.
You got some small here and there, but outside of like Pac-12 and the Big Ten,
the first place,
everybody else could have been anywhere.
Syracuse is playing a lot of good football. The ACC as a conference is playing a lot of good football.
They are. I agree with that. What y'all think about the TCU Kansas matchup this week? Chat.
Hey, it's gonna be high scoring.
TCU offense is electric.
Whoever make the play, whoever choose make that play, bro. Jalen Daniels and Max Duggan, they both top 3 QBR for all of college football.
Hey, Max Duggan is gonna be in the discussion in the first round in the 2024 draft. That guy can play.
I think he a senior this year.
I thought they get that one.
That year, right?
He already got it. I thought. Oh. He might not have. I could be wrong. Nobody's overwhelmed.
Well, I'm saying, I think he got like the year after this if he wants to stay aloof or whatever. That'd be his COVID year if he want to.
And Jatorian, he's having a good season for Kansas too. He got them off to their best start in God knows how long.
Yeah.
And I think Kansas just that Cinderella story.
So would you say if they win this game, they for real? Because we know TCU. I think TCU will always have a chance to be good. That we think year in year out. Kansas obviously is a surprise out of this matchup. But if they win, like Jalen Daniels takes them and leads them to a dub, they're like, hey, y'all a little more real than we thought. Any expectations for next year? Because it's gonna cap out at some point. It's got to.
We don't know. He could be out scheming people out here.
True that.
That's why they got to run into the Longhorns. Let me go and put that out there.
All right,
so. Yeah, Quinn Ewers coming back. Oklahoma finna get that beating part 2.
Yeah, they might get killed.
But to go back to Kansas,
part 3 to be exact, dude.
I think because Leopold is doing a great job. He was one of the top coaches at Buffalo. So when he came to Kansas, I didn't expect for it to turn around this quick. But he do get them playing competing at a high level at the very least.
They fly around.
I think he got enough talent. He just making them believe. I believe.
I think that's what it is.
They ain't had no hope. They wasn't believing in nothing. They been winning.
All it takes, but for them teams like that, all it takes is that one win, and the coaches keep feeding. Like y'all did that. Hey, I put you on the spot, but you make the play. You make the play and keep doing it.
And speaking of another coach and a quarterback marriage that's been working, that's been getting better every year, is Coach Kelly and DTR.
Yeah, hey.
He's sitting at 4-0, 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
And 5-0, and they got their biggest test of the season so far coming in at Utah.
Is that Utah at home? I think it's at Utah.
It's at Utah.
It's at Utah, yeah.
I think Utah's on the upset alert.
I wouldn't be mad saying UCLA can go in and get a dub.
I don't disagree. They can't go in there and get a dub. But
I think they got two of the most electric players in Zach Charbonnet and DTR for UCLA.
Yeah.
I think that's two of the most electric players in the conference, maybe the country.
So this is why I think the Bruins is gonna be in trouble versus Utah. We know Utah gonna come and they're gonna try to stop them too. Now I don't know his weapons on the outside because I don't keep track with them. They my rivals. But I'm pretty sure the key is stop the run. We want DT to beat us.
Yeah, I mean, most name-worthy guy they got outside that I know of is Jake Bobo. He went to Duke though. That's how I know him. He was a big body at Duke. He a big body. He like kind of like Alec Pierce. And he was
Yeah, he had a great game last week.
yeah. I mean, dude athletic. Like Duke just wasn't a scheme for him. So this probably give him a better chance to show what he really is.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Pac-12 got a few games. I think Cameron Williams is gonna be something to watch.
Man, that's gonna be a show of 2 air-rated offenses.
Yeah, that's gonna be something
Ain't
to
no
watch.
defense gonna be getting played. So if you want to take the over for plus 60 on that one, take it. I tell you.
There you go.
There you go. You sound like him.
Hey, Zero said Utah about to put 40 on UCLA. He said the prime matchup, the only matchup you should worry about is Utah USC.
I think
go ahead.
I think the Pac-12 got a few prime matchups.
They got 2.
I mean-
I got 2. They got 2 for sure. Utah versus UCLA and USC versus Washington State. Nobody else is.
I'm talking about like
Unless Oregon plays Washington. I'm not for sure if they play Washington. I know they're going to play them eventually, but I'm not for sure when they're going to play them.
Oregon got Arizona State this year.
Oh, yeah, this is a blowout. Last one, FSU versus NC State before we switch over to the NFL.
George Transfer has me. Y'all go ahead.
I don't know who's going to win the Heisman.
Go. Hey, let me see Leary do it, man. Bounce back game.
You've been hoping
Who at home?
FSU lose for like week 1 for whatever reason. Like, I don't know what you got going on, but Florida State is a good team, bro.
I'm not saying that I never called them bad. Brad ain't never came out of my mouth. I'm just saying, if you ask him who I want to see win the game, NC State.
Hey,
that's it, bro.
Hey,
let me have my ways.
Hey, tell this man to worry about his team, fam.
Yeah, bounce back game against UNC.
Hey, y'all might get 60 hung up on y'all head.
Yeah, man, we got.
If T score 40, yeah, okay.
We played. Don't let one bad game for you, fam.
I know, Shane.
I mean, it wasn't one bad game.
It wasn't one bad game.
I don't know. Shane Day, a nice true freshman. He can make a throw or two.
Yeah, and May is gonna be a guy for a while before he decide to leave. So I'm not saying they can't score at some point. If they look at the MTSU tape, there's some things that we shouldn't do well. But I think it's more so not doing your job for them out scheming us. So
your man's taking the starting role again.
Yeah, he said he's sticking with Van Dyke, so that's fine. I mean, if you're gonna stick with him, use him. That's how I feel. If you're gonna stick with him, use him, and then let him either play himself out or.
I feel like he tried to use some MTSU game, but I could be wrong.
Again, yeah, it was. Put an asterisk on that.
Hey, chat. Put in the comments who y'all got winning these games. TCU versus Kansas, Tennessee versus LSU, Utah versus UCLA, Florida State versus NC State. And if you want to throw another one in there, USC versus Washington. You also got Alabama versus A&M. And for the fun of it, please just say Miami's going to lose this week. North Carolina versus Miami. We're going to switch over to the NFL. We're going to start off with Darius. You got anything to get off your chest? Well, do both of y'all got anything to get off your chest?
I do. And it stems from reading the power rankings.
Okay.
I got 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with it either, so I don't know exactly where you're going.
The disrespect that the Dallas Cowboys are getting, not being, if they're not in the top 5, probably, right? But not saying they're not a top 10 team right now. It's only one defense I think that's playing better than them right now, and that's the San Francisco 49ers. Right now, Dallas is probably in the top 10. Should be. Absolutely. The discussion should be whether they top 5 or not. The automatic is that they're in the top 10, yep. Right? So you're telling me that a team that lost twice in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is still in the top 10?
Yeah.
And a lot of people
crazy,
say,
bro.
Fam, that's that bias. Go ahead, Zoo.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, Buccaneers. I'm like, Buccaneers are an average team at best so far.
A lot of injuries too, but yeah.
So, I mean that all plays into it.
And the thing is, to your point, my bad, Darius, cut you off, but to your point, Dallas is winning without their starting quarterback. I don't think people are understanding, like,
why they not in the top? That's been my discussion to put them in the top 5.
Let that be in Tampa Bay doing something like this. They will be number 1. Because when Tom Brady comes back, he's gonna take them over the top. Are you kidding me?
And I don't understand how you don't got the only undefeated team, number 1. How are the Philadelphia Eagles not number one?
Make it make sense.
And how are the Rams? So the Rams lose one game and they fall out the top 10, right? But Tampa Bay then lost back-to-back weeks and they still sit at 8. And you put Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs over the undefeated team, and you put Buffalo Bills over the undefeated team. Like, I just don't understand, like, the biasness in the ESPN rankings or in any rankings, right? They all got the same. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, at best, is an average team.
Yeah.
They've struggled on offense in the recent weeks. This was the most highest. That's the most points they didn't score all season, right?
True.
They beat some lackluster offense, whether they was hurting from injury or those teams weren't really just that good.
I agree.
So the two teams they beat was Dallas, who was fairly a new team on offense. Mm-hmm. Then they beat the Saints, who was dealing with injuries of their own. And the Saints game was closer than what the score reflects. The Saints were in control for most of the game until
the whole game until they started just falling apart.
Yeah, the fight happens and then everything else falls apart.
Zero said the Eagles haven't played the good teams yet either, well, the better teams yet either.
Right.
But
you can't. But my thing is with that.
But
like,
I don't think we.
for their schedule.
I don't think we knocking them not playing the good teams, but they're knocking the Cowboys by not playing the good teams with the backup quarterback. I think that's what I believe they saying.
Who's the good teams? Everybody's 2-40% of the league is 2-2.
Ain't nobody good. Like,
I mean, I'm just saying, like, in terms of.
Yeah, nah. I just think.
Well, man, it's early, like we said with college football, and like a lot of stuff can change.
Which is true, right?
So, but as of right now, like Darius say,
in real time,
these teams are 2-2. But I do believe a lot of teams are on the downfall. And do we think what the Steelers did by putting Pickens in at Kenny in at QB? Do you think they're going to be on the downfall? Or are they trying to get a good draft pick, or they made a good change at QB at the time?
I don't think Pittsburgh does anything to settle. So like, Mike Tomlin's not putting you in to think, hey, like we falling apart anyway. Throw him in there because he'd rather, if you're gonna sink the ship, you might as well sink with me.
Same level of pay, Louis.
Yeah, but I think Kenny Pickett right now probably as competent as Trubisky looks, and then all he can do is take you farther. Honestly, right? You need to let him distribute to the weapons. He probably can get that, at least get the ball out quick. O-line still isn't great, so you shouldn't expect him to be like a primetime Brady back there, because he still had to move, use his athleticism a lot, and then Najee Harris is gonna have to get him more involved. So I don't think they do anything to think like we finna sink and tank it and anything like that. I think they still get to 500 or better.
From what I think Mike Tomlin's perspective is, and this is me thinking like I'm Mike Tomlin. I don't understand why we can't score no points. I got a top 10 tight end. I got a top 15 wide receiver. I got decent compliments to wide receivers in Chase Claypool and George Pickens. I got a top 10 running back who rushed for 1,300 yards. Why can't we score any points? This is the same offensive line I had last year we were scoring. Why are we not scoring this year? So I think the change from from Mitchell Trubisky to Kenny Pickett, it doesn't really move the needle as far as whether they want to go left or right.
Yeah.
Right. So if we gonna go left, we might as well go and get Kenny Pickett in there and get him experience. We brought Mitchell Trubisky in thinking he was gonna give us the edge. He ain't giving us the edge, so we might as well go and get the rookie in and see what we can do, and we can go forward.
Yeah, go ahead.
If it works out for them, so because if he start balling, great. If he don't, okay, what we doing?
Different. Yeah, it's no different than what we already had.
Louis said it just gives Kenny the green light basically to make riskier throws. And he also agreed with Darius' take as well. That's a first.
Yeah, you throw him in there, you let him, go, like, play your game, and we're gonna see what we got from there.
Will said, you just don't know Kenny's Pickett's ceiling. I agree with that. And also, Mr. Trubisky's just been Mr. Trubisky since he's been drafted. So, it ain't no really difference.
Hey, it was a reach then.
I think his days are over. They gave him another shot. I think his days as a starter is over.
Yeah.
They gave him another shot, and he didn't do it. Right? Me personally was expecting a lot more out of this Pittsburgh offense. I wasn't expecting a lot out of Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh offense, I thought would have been able to score more points than what they've been doing. They played
trash can.
They played some teams and then you know what I mean? They didn't do what Deontay Johnson is on the negative side of the receiving pole. Yeah. Chase Claypool, I don't even know if he got a catch this season.
He got one. I seen him catch last week. He got one catch.
I don't know. Maybe Kenny Pickett. I think Kenny Pickett come in as their fearless guy. Like, the worst that can happen is an interception.
I mean, yeah, true. I don't think Mr. Trubisky ever could read the field. I ain't gonna say he couldn't see the field. You can see a lot of shit on the field.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to. It was a couple clips I saw where it was just folks if he looks, just look to your right. George Pickens, look to your left. Claypool in the middle. Deontay Johnson right now, and you looking at him. You just don't even throw it. You just don't throw the ball. You holding the trigger back. So Kenny Pickett can't do no worse.
Yeah.
At best, it gives them a spark. At worst, they are.
And he tried. Like, it wasn't like he didn't go out there and look like he was trying to give him something. Like, I mean, the Jets defense is better than is good for one. Yeah. So like, they're gonna take advantage of a new guy being in there. He's just getting his throws in. They tipping balls, getting picks. So like, it wasn't like he went out there and just slaughtered the game himself. It just they was already on one.
So what y'all think about? I'm gonna get two things: the injury bug spreading, and also Odell Beckham possibly signing to the Giants again.
Yeah, he going on tour. He got the list came out. A report came out right before we got on. He's going into New Orleans, Tampa Bay, Buffalo.
See you in New Orleans, baby.
Yeah, I mean, he got. I think another spot I can't see. It just said an extra, but yeah. I mean, like, it's about that time again because of the injury bug, right? Every team has dang near 10 plus people on the injury report every week. IRs loading up. Like even this game, the Colts Broncos game coming up. The Colts have like 10 plus people on there. Broncos got like 5, including Russ. He gonna play, but I'm just like
JT's on there too.
JT, he probably ain't gonna play.
No, he's out. They already said he's not playing.
Yeah, like he don't rush that ankle back. But it's like
Broncos lost probably their 2 best players. They took their best edge rusher for sure. Randy Gregory out.
He done for the season, right?
Nah, he just on IR. I think I'm missed about 6 games.
6 games, okay.
But this what you see what coaches are made of. What roster construction is made of. Mm-hmm. So everybody, like you said, every team. I don't know a team that's healthy right now other than the Eagles.
Yeah.
I don't know in Kansas City, but
they still got some nicks.
Yeah, everybody got something, but them the only ones is like,
Well, who coaching the best? That's what's gonna come down. Who coaching the best? Mm-hmm. Who in the offseason put their roster together the best?
Yeah.
For times like this, and it's crazy how early it is, and this injury is going crazy. But on the flip side of that, you get some guys back, right? So
latter end of the year.
Yeah. Tre'Davious White, he designated to return.
See how that goes for his week 1. Who they play?
He designated to return. Calvin Austin III for Pittsburgh. He's designated to return. The backup tackle for the Eagles. I can't think of his name right now. But he's
I truly
Andre Dillard. He's return. So there's some people coming back. I mean, some people going out too.
I agree with Louis on the Odell Beckham, bro. The way the Rams offense look, bro, it ain't no decision where you going. They gonna give you the biggest bag. Cause for some odd reason they don't even use Allen Robinson. What was the point of you signing him that big deal and not even throwing the ball? But
I think that's just a Stafford thing though. Like honestly, cause I'm watching my man's run routes. You gotta look.
He convincing me he had to run 45 routes. He opened on 2 of them. This is Allen Robinson.
Like, I ain't gonna like you said, there. But like, I mean, fam, he at least deserves 8 targets, 10.
All right.
Cooper got 30.
Something.
Yeah. I mean, it could, but it also could be like a Deshaun Jackson situation where, hey, we thought we had this going for you, and obviously it's not looking like we think it is, and so like Odell coming back would be beneficial because they done seen it, but I don't know.
I mean, but they also, I believe they didn't give him the opportunity to see it either.
I don't think they.
So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like little, that's G-Jax.
It's crippling their offense.
It is bad.
Yeah.
Because like you moving the chains, but you're not getting in the end zone.
True. True.
Not ain't working.
What y'all think about Saquon, chat? And also Louis did say Odell needs to go back to the Rams, and he also said there was no difference between Kenny Pickett. I'm sorry, I'm late on that, Louis. And Mitch Trubisky. But what y'all think about Saquon? And then we're gonna move into the week 4 review from last week.
I think
from a couple of games we saw.
I think Saquon looked like he back. Everything he was talking about the offseason, like granted he did it in a more quiet fashion. One like he's saying like I'm him, y'all hating. Like he just saying no. Like when I make this move, don't be surprised. I put the work in. I waited my time. I dealt with my injuries. I got out my head. I'm back. As long as you give me the ball, I'm straight. And he's showing up.
I just want people to know I definitely said him and Christian McCaffrey career looked the same, but I definitely say Saquon's career was definitely better.
So far, I mean,
less injuries. That's it.
There's no knock on Christian because I don't know if it's Christian's fault that he's not. You know what I mean?
He hurt too much. He hurt too much. But Baker Mayfield is definitely. I'm gonna talk about that. Give me a second. I'm gonna talk about that. Go ahead, Darius.
There's a couple of guys I like to highlight.
Yeah.
First, Geno Smith.
Oh, playing excellent ball this year.
He deserves his flowers.
4 weeks into the league, he's playing excellent football this far. The New York Jets
playing decent football.
The
Giants playing some decent football too.
Yeah, both teams in New York. Growing, they're young.
All players do is get hurt in New York.
The NFC South is wide open. South is tied for first.
Might be the worst division in football.
Might be.
So far, absolutely, absolutely.
Them. To be honest, them in the AFC South. But yeah.
Hey, to the Atlanta Tampa game, looking at it, just glimpsing ahead. If Mariota either make it happen, it could be who you think.
The park right there for a second. We talked about Kenny Pickett taking over for Pittsburgh.
Saying Riddle.
Desmond Riddle should take over Marcus Mariota because the passing game. I know Arthur Brown is one of the brightest offensive coaches in the NFL. That passing game ain't humming like it's supposed to be.
No.
Yeah, Pittsburgh walking at the game with 2 targets.
Mm-hmm. One kid. They going into the game down Cordero, right? Because he's not playing.
Will said, "What's the toughest division in football right now, Darius?"
AFC East.
AFC East or the NFC East?
Is it?
The AFC East. AFC East.
The AFC East is what I'm saying. We talking about the Jets. We talking about the Bills. We talking about the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Rock with me now.
Right. I mean, then it'd be the NFC East.
Yeah, they be next up.
Do y'all think Saquon should demand a trade?
I honestly think they on their way up. So
honestly, I don't think. Here's the thing. I don't think Saquon is in the position to demand a trade.
True. He's still proving, man. He's still proving.
We still in the first quarter to see. We're the second quarter now, but first quarter of the season, the last 2 seasons, you've been on injury reserve. So you're gonna come in, you're gonna give us a couple of good games, then you're gonna say you want out. I don't really think he has the leverage, and they didn't pick up his 5th year anyway. So,
he really gonna be on the market.
Yeah, he probably gonna be on the market next year at the end of the season anyway.
He's betting on himself. So I mean, you just gotta keep going dumb to get to whatever kind of bag is relative to the running back position at the end of the season. But
true.
And to talk about some disappointments, who do need to demand a trade is DJ Moore. Baker Mayfield.
Oh, you think he's gonna be Todd Gurley?
Awful.
Oh,
Saquon, Todd Gurley.
I don't know about that.
I ain't put that in
the air. I ain't putting that one in the air.
Todd Gurley had the
worst fallout. I don't even know how that happened, but
I've ever seen.
But don't worry, Baker on his way out too, baby.
Terrible.
And I just wish the media apologized to Sam Darnold because they pushed this narrative so bad that Baker Mayfield was going to be the franchise savior. He was going to save.
Don't shoot the messenger.
For no reason, bro. Right. They not even talking about stats. They're talking about what his moxie. He got the chip on his shoulder. He's going. That don't matter. That don't matter.
I never cared about that. I've been saying Baker Mayfield been fucking sorry since the fucking Browns. Year 2.
I knew that.
Better. This time last year with Sam Darnold, they were at least scoring.
I think Matt Rule might get fired this year. So he might as well put Sam Darnold in to see if he can save his career.
Go.
He got to get healthy for. He not back yet. He got like a week left, right?
Yeah.
He got like a week to get right, and he should be playing. But
It's the knees, bro. Todd Gurley had knees. The whole Saints roster, bro. 0.
The first most surprising thing in the league is the Detroit Lions leading
the league in points. And then they're the worst defense in the league.
And then they like 42nd in defense out of 32 teams. Like
they like what? Hold on, they like what?
That'll get you 1-3.
If you play NFL fantasy, I think you should definitely start Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson this week because they're going to put up some crazy numbers versus that terrible Lions defense. If they were bad, they'd probably be 3-1. But the Lions on defense is the worst in the world.
They're 42 out of 32 teams.
And I love Aaron Glenn as a D coordinator. That's not his fault, fam.
He still got some young pieces over there. He getting them right though.
Yeah.
They can't get off from what I seen from game 1 versus
yesterday.
The Eagles and yesterday as well. They can't get off the field on third down. There's a lot of thirds down they get to, and they cannot get off the field. And it starts and it goes from them getting them off the field to get your offense the ball back to go down and score, but they can't. So guess what happens after that? They run back over to getting scored on. It's more than likely it's touchdowns. It ain't no fucking field goals.
And I got a question, and I've been having this discussion a lot. It's not on our agenda, but I want to bring it up. How'd y'all feel about Harbaugh's decision to go for it?
That's dog shit.
I know where it's rolling.
I'm giving him the same shit too. That was fucking horrible.
I would rather him take the points. Again, I hear the narrative. His defense is boo-boo water, so like you got to do something.
It don't matter. See, this is what I say. He takes the points. They go down. Let's say they give up a touchdown, Darius. If you want to say that.
Who?
Well, I'm saying like if he takes the points, they kick the field goal, and Baltimore goes down and give up a touchdown. If you want to say that.
Okay.
When you trust Lamar to go get you that touchdown back, because now you don't trust Lamar.
No. I don't. It's not that I don't trust Lamar. It's who he's on the other side with. Josh Allen is a smart quarterback, so we're gonna milk this clock with enough time just for them to do nothing.
But this is what I'm saying. Enough time to do nothing, but it gives them urgency to go down, and they actually need points. It ain't like we tie a game, and if we don't get any points, it's all cool and dandy. We're going to overtime. No, they're down 3. They need to score something. But now they get down there. Once they got down there, oh, yeah, we ain't in no rush. We could kick a field goal and win. Instead of like we kicking a field goal to tie, and we could possibly still miss. That's how I seen it. Now, when the Chargers did that shit, I'm not saying they did the exact same thing, but it's like, why not just take the points? I'm saying like I'm talking about in terms of last year.
Oh.
Yeah, so like that game definitely gonna come back to bite them.
Because here it is, bro. Like as a coach, if I'm a coach, I'm gonna bet on my best player.
Okay.
I hear that.
I'm gonna bet on my best unit, right? The defense in this situation is not my best unit.
Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind that I'm thinking it's likely they're going to go back down the field to kick the field goal anyway. One, at the very least, they go for it. They don't plan for the interception. You plan for an incompletion at the worst, and they have to drive 96 yards or whatever. Instead of getting it on the 20, and they still go down the field anyway and still get the field.
But do you think
in the NFL history?
Brad, like I'm kicking the field. I'm sorry. I hear what you're saying.
That's your best unit. If you want to be real, that's the best unit you can ever have.
A lot of people in the chat saying that they hate the call, but the play was open. Will said they just got to execute the play. MVP player and the 31st ranked defense.
He looked at his best target. And
at least make it a competitive. At least force the score. At least a touchdown. Now I'm pretty sure he didn't plan for the interception to happen. But I don't know.
I mean, it was 4th down though, right? So like, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he didn't plan for the interception to happen, but
right.
It happened. So now they got more yards. It was easy for them to get the drive starters. And yeah. I get what you're saying.
I mean, granted, just think of it. If he never floaters it like that, if he just zips it and it.
Bro, I don't think that play. I'm not gonna say the play wasn't open, but like based off the pick he threw, it wasn't open as you think it was. Man, come on, man. He rolling out this right. You want him to throw all the way backside?
He went back like 10 yards before he started moving to the right. If he had looked anywhere else, he could have zipped Duvernay in the back of the end zone, streaking. Bateman coming back low. Like, you had options.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that, Lou. You got to trust your quarterback to win some games.
And there's nothing wrong with that. He does.
But we early. I mean, it ain't like it's early in the season. Now, if this was like week 12 and he didn't do that, now we talk about something different. Yeah, but since it's early in the season, it's a loss. But I mean, it could be a crucial game too.
We don't know until we see if it bites him in the butt for real or not. So
yeah, so
it is what it is.
I agree with that.
They weren't gonna win nothing anyway.
They probably would. But anyway, hey, so you got anything to say about your boats?
We're back in that win column. We're gonna take it one win at a time. We're getting better every week. Hey, listen, a lot of people keep saying, bro, people not really going crazy on us like the Bosco say. It's literally one play. Damian Pierce had one play that went for 75 yards.
I just want you to know how many points they scored on you. What's y'all ranked in defense this year, right now?
15.
He's still doing dumb shit?
Huh?
He's still doing dumb shit? In terms of me saying dumb shit, is he still doing dumb shit?
He did it Sunday, and I was excited that he did it because we went down there and scored. Right, because Texas ended up catching momentum. Nas blew the coverage. They ended up scoring. DC caught the kickoff return. He fumbled. They got the ball back and scored again. It's 24-27. Now we go on a methodical drive. He go for it on fourth down. Austin Eckler had his biggest game of the season this far, and here we got 2-2 going into Cleveland waiting on them. Yeah, it's on. Yeah, we back. We rolling. We about to start gelling. We gonna stop making them mistakes because we made some mistakes. Damian Pierce went crazy. He did good. He pops for 75, but you take that one rush away, he got 56 yards rushing. 56. The Bosco say 125. Do you think it wasn't like that? He took one big long run to the crib.
That's all it takes sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you know they gonna quit saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you got anything for your welcome to the AFC North? Go Browns, Wheels. Louis said that call was good enough to live with it for right now. You got anything to say about the Saints? I'm done talking about the Saints right now.
I mean,
I will say this. I say I was done, but
I say this.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. Give your point.
I would say Andy Dalton was taking check downs. Next, go ahead.
Yeah, Andy Dalton took what they was giving him, which is something we needed to do, right? The rhythm is still coming along. Like, you sign Latavius Murray off the street, you hand that ball off to him, we're effective. It gets a rhythm going. You get to look at those play action plays, Olave down the field. You get to see some everything. Like, I mean,
Latavius Murray.
I know he is. Relax. I know he is. It's fine. But I'm just saying, like, if you do the little things and the team does the little things, right? Because like people Carmichael can't account for the penalties that they're gonna keep having. Like, he don't tell you to reach before you know the snap count coming out. Like, the things that you shooting yourself in the foot about. So you minimize that, you'll be yourself. Now at the end of the game, it didn't help because defensively, outside of two calls,
Marshawn Lattimore on the dish.
Say what?
Marshawn Lattimore got served on the plate.
Not really, but I mean, I hear what you're telling me. Like you said, one big play made it look worse than what it was. It was 6 catches for 38 yards to the deep ball, fam. Relax.
So this is what I'm gonna say about this. I do think the refs gave 2 bad calls to the Saints. I know I'm a Saints fan, but one of them with Adam Thielen, I'm not calling that. I'm sorry. He looked back for the ball. He located, and Thielen grabbed his face mask and turned his head and make it seem like he won.
The ball is gonna be well short from whatever running.
Now the jam that Matthews did on Jefferson that they said was hands to the face, not even close.
Not even.
And then the ref from the back threw it. They weren't even the side. The ref from the back threw it.
That's how you know.
But like a game like that, regardless with a loss or not, a game like that shows what you're supposed to be doing, and that's probably could have been easily reason from us being 1-3 to 3-1, 2-2, 4-0. So 1-3 right now.
I thought y'all 2-2.
Easily could have been, bro. But like penalties,
it easily could have been 3-1, but
easily could have been 4-0 to be honest.
I ain't gonna say that. But see, you just be overdoing it. Is Mike T back this week?
It won't be like a game time decision. So
He ain't practice today.
it'd be a game time decision probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So last thing. Let's go through week 5. Give me quick previews. What games y'all looking forward to, and who y'all got winning outside your own teams?
one of my games coming up is the Steelers and the Bills for obvious reason. Excited to see what Kenny Pickett's gonna do. Falcons and Buccaneers. We're gonna see if the Falcons are for real and the Buccaneers terrible like we think. Teddy Bridgewater's back at quarterback for another season. So far, I want to see if the Jets can keep it rolling. They're one of the youngest, most exciting teams in the NFL right now. Their rookies are getting it done for them, and Sauce Gardner, Jermaine Johnson, and Brees Hall, and Wilson, Garrett Wilson, and Cowboys and Rams.
So,
I think I'm looking at New York, Green Bay. I want to see if Green Bay, the rookie receivers, still step up, keep growing, keep showing right. Again, me and Derek said it over text, right? If they grow like we think they are, they're gonna be really good as a tandem or a core, if you will. Is Daniel Jones, if he plays, what he looks like?
He's supposed to play.
Like, I mean, he hasn't looked god awful. So like, if he can take a step, you know what I mean? Like Saquon lead the way.
Not about to throw it to either.
That's true.
And one day Robinson now, Kadarius Toney's out. So I don't know.
So like, it ain't favorable for him.
like
but, you know
Saquon
what I mean?
at receiver this week.
Hey, give my boy the touches. Again, the Miami New York game is something I'll tag along with that. I want to see if Zach Wilson can mesh fast and thrive with the team. Like I said, young and dumb. Miami can bounce back with Teddy B. We'll see. Cincy Baltimore. Really just a game of who wants some more, to be honest, right? Like you got number 8 passing offense, number 8 rushing offense, defense is.
But better call the bomb part in midlife.
Defenses or whatever they might be. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it go. But them the games I'm looking at outside of my,
Ooh. Hey, what y'all think about Brian Robinson? This is our last one. Lou said Brian Robinson coming back.
I don't think he's gonna get as much
help or hurt Washington. I think they're gonna ease him in.
Yeah, they help. I mean, but they're not gonna give him 30 carries, so it ain't
this week.
Yeah.
I think it's grow, like you said, Josh. Eventually, I think he does get the workload, but it definitely helps because I don't think Antonio gets.
They shipping him out.
Probably.
He might get traded before this. They just need to see something out of Robinson. I think he get traded before the deadline.
Yeah, Eddie McKissick definitely gonna be the third down back regardless.
Always. Yeah, unless like Brian Robinson's first carry, something go out there and run for 40. They're like, we can go ahead and zip the bag up type junk, I think
which can happen. They are playing Tennessee.
Yeah. Also, just before we wrap it, I think some guys to look at rookies we were talking about. We ain't touched on them in a minute, but like Brees Hall, Damian Pierce, Chris Olave, Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Romeo Dobbs, offensive rookie of the year candidates. They all doing all right pretty far. And then defensively, Devin Lloyd, Jalen Petrie, Stingley, Gardner, Trayvon Walker, Jermaine Johnson, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, so on those things. Them cats going crazy.
Yeah, they actually like competing.
Junior is a top 5 corner right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put that out there for everybody to hear.
Okay.
Oh, don't forget to add in that defensive rookie of the year in Jack Jones.
Jack Jones, yep.
Jack Jones, decent season. So
fight on, baby.
He shook back.
We taught him well.
His story actually pretty dope for him to be like, he recruited like he was, fought like he did, and come back.
He came from Arizona State though, didn't
he? He did.
He started off at SC. We trained him away. He learned from Midori. How much that helped, but I'm just saying.
He got trouble messing with y'all.
Nah, he want no. He got in trouble with himself. He want to go rob somebody. They ain't got nothing to do with SC football. But Gibson to slot, Louis said. What y'all thoughts? Quick thoughts.
Antonio Gibson? Ain't bad.
I mean, for who though?
Washington.
You already got Samuel. You already got Terry McLaurin.
You're right. No, so. I appreciate y'all rocking with us. Chat. Hey, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. We definitely on there. Final Possession. Hit that like button over there, and also follow on here. Help your boys out. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We here every Wednesday, 8:05. You know, we had to butcher the time because we ain't never on time. 8:05. New episodes gonna come out every I would say Monday or Tuesday on YouTube. But other than that, we love y'all. We appreciate the interaction. We are out. Y'all can also tweet us or whatever it may be, what y'all think we should talk about or y'all want us to hit on for your teams or whatever it may be. But other than that, we are out. From Zoo to Darius.
Deuce.